Hello students, today we are going to discuss about Norton's theorem in detail. Let's start with its statement. It states that any linear network containing several sources and resistances can be replaced by just one single current source in parallel with a single resistance connected across the load. What does it mean? It means that any complex network connected across the load can be easily replaced by Norton's current source in parallel with Norton resistance across the load. The pictorial representation of this theorem is like this. This is the complex network connected across the load. We'll solve this network to find the values of IN and RN so that it will be converted into the simple network. To understand this concept, let's see some examples or problems related to this topic. The first problem is to find the value of current through 10 ohm. We have to find the value of current through 10 ohm resistance. So step 1 is to replace this branch with short circuit and name the current across this branch as IN. The rearranged circuit for this case will be like this. Then we will write down the equation for IN. The equation of IN will be I1 minus I2 because it is a common branch for loop 1 and loop 2. So IN is equal to I1 minus I2. After that, we will apply KVL to find the value of I1, I2 and I3. So when we apply KVL to loop 1, we will get the equation as minus I1 is equal to minus 2. So I1 is equal to 2 ampere. For loop 2 and loop 3, there is a common branch containing current source. So it is a case of super mesh where a direction of current source matches with the direction of I3. So our equation of super mesh will be minus I2 plus I3 is equal to 4. That is equation number 1. Now we have to apply KVL to super mesh. That means we have to neglect this branch and apply KVL to this loop. So when we apply KVL to this loop, our equation will be minus 5I2 minus 15I3 is equal to 0. We got both the equations. Now we will solve it on the Calc to get the values of I2 and I3. So value of I2 will be minus 3 ampere and value of I3 is 1 ampere. But we require I1 minus I2 to find the value of IN. So we'll put the values of I1 and I2 in the equation to get the value of IN, that is 2 minus minus 3. So IN will be equal to 5 ampere. Our first step is complete. After that, we'll go for step 2 where we'll find out the Norton's equivalent resistance RN across this branch. So for that, we'll remove this branch with open circuit and name it as RN. We'll replace all current sources with open circuit, all voltage sources with short circuit. So rearranged circuit will appear like this. Here if we have to calculate the value of RN, then these two resistances are series and their series combination is in parallel with 1 ohm. So RN will be equal to 5 plus 15 in parallel with 1, that is 20 parallel 1. So our final answer is RN is equal to 0.952 ohm. After calculating IN and RN, we will draw the Norton's equivalent circuit, that is IN in parallel with RN in parallel with RL. As all branches are parallel with each other, we can apply current division rule to find the value of IL. What is CDR? In CDR, if we have to find out the value of IL, then we have to consider opposite branch resistor into total current divided by addition of these two resistances. So opposite branch resistor is 0.952 into total current is 5 ampere divided by addition of these two resistances will give us the final answer as 0.434 ampere. Let's see few more examples related to this topic to understand it clearly. In second question also we have to find out the current of 10 ohm, but circuit diagram is different. Here this branch should be replaced by short circuit and named as IN. To get the value of IN, this will be our circuit diagram. Here the equation of IN will be equal to in equal to I3. Then we will apply KVL to loop 1, loop 2 and loop 3 to find I1, I2 and I3. After applying KVL to loop 1, we will get the equation as minus 40 I1 plus 40 I2 plus 0 I3 is equal to minus 50. Here I have written 0 I3 to avoid confusion while calculating these values, because in this equation we are going to get 3 terms. In this equation we have got 2 terms, and in this equation also we will get 2 terms. But to equalize all of for the symmetric purpose, we will make it 0 I3. Now we will apply KVL to loop 2. So our equation will become 40 I1 minus 110 I2 plus 20 I3 is equal to 10. After that we will apply KVL to loop 3. Then our equation will become 0 I1, because this branch is not related to loop 1, so it will be 0 I1 plus 20 I2 minus 20 I3 is equal to minus 10. After getting all the 3 equations, we will solve them simultaneously using Calc. What we have to do, we have to select mode. In that we have to select equation, and then we have to select 3 unknowns to find the value of I1, I2 and I3. After solving this on Calc, we will get I1 is equal to 2.25 ampere, I2 is equal to 1 ampere and I3 is equal to 1.5 ampere. Out of these 3's value we require I3, so IN will be equal to 1.5 ampere. Step 2 is to find Rn. To find Rn, we will replace this with open circuit. Voltage sources are replaced with short circuit. So rearranged circuit for Rn is like this. Here we can see that 40 ohm is in parallel with short circuit, so it will become redundant. For that we will write down the equation as 40 parallel SC is equal to SC. What does this equation mean? It means that this branch is removed and replaced by short circuit. So our rearranged circuit will be like this. Here Rn is equal to 20 parallel 50. When we find out the parallel combination, we will get the answer as 14.285. How do we calculate parallel combination? Multiply these two terms and divide it by their addition. You will get this value. After finding Rn and IN, we will go with Norton's equivalent circuit. So Norton's equivalent circuit contains current source IN parallel with resistance Rn across RL. This is our circuit diagram. Again, to find the value of IL, we will use current division rule. What is current division rule? Opposite branch resistor into total current divided by addition of resistors. Opposite branch resistance into total current divided by total resistance. So we will get the value of IL as 0.882 ampere. Let's see next example. In the next example, we have to find the value of current through 1 ohm. This is the 1 ohm branch. So for step 1, we will replace it with short circuit and name it as IN. So rearranged circuit will be like this. This circuit contains 4 loops, out of which IN is equal to I4 and I1 will be equal to -1 because their directions are opposite to each other. So I1 will be equal to -1 ampere. After that we will apply KVL to loop 2. When we apply KVL to loop 2, we will get the equation as 3I1 minus 5I2 plus 2I4 is equal to -1. If we put the value of I1 as -1, then the equation will appear like this. 3 into -1 will become -3. When we take it to the right hand side, it will become +3. +3 and -1 will give us +2. This equation does not contain I3 value, so we will write it as 0 I3. So our equation is -5I2 plus 0 I3 plus 2I4 is equal to 2. After that we will apply KVL to loop 3. When we apply KVL to loop 3, we will get the equation as 0 I2 minus 4I3 plus 2I4 is equal to 1. After that we have to apply KVL to loop 4. When we apply KVL to loop 4, our equation will be 2I2 plus 2I3 minus 4I4 is equal to 0. So to find values of I2, I3 and I4, steps are similar. we have to select mode option, where we have to select equation, and where we have to select three unknowns to solve three equations simultaneously. At that point we have to put the values for coefficients of I2, I3 and I4 and constant term for all three equations. Then we will get I2 is equal to minus 0.636 ampere, I3 is equal to minus 0.545 ampere, and I4 is equal to minus 0.59 ampere. Out of these values we require I4 value, so IN is equal to minus 0.59 ampere. The negative sign indicates that the direction which we are going to consider will be opposite to the desired direction, but we will keep it as it is and go to step 2, that is to find the value of Rn. For that we have to replace it with open circuit. This will be replaced by short circuit and this will be replaced by open circuit. So rearranged circuit for Rn will be like this. If we again rearrange this circuit, then it will appear like this. This is simplified diagram where 2 ohm is in parallel with 3 ohm and 2 ohm is in parallel with 2 ohm, and their parallel combinations are in series with each other. So Rn is equal to 3 parallel 2 plus 2 parallel 2. 3 parallel 2 will give us 1.2, 2 parallel 2 will give us 1 ohm. Since the values are same, their parallel combination is easy to find. We just have to half the original value, that means 2 divided by 2 will give us the parallel combination value, that is 1. So Rn will be equal to 1.2 plus 1, that means Rn is equal to 2.2 ohm. After finding IN and Rn, our third step is to draw the Norton's equivalent circuit. This is the Norton's equivalent circuit containing current source IN, resistance Rn and load resistance RL. Again by CDR we can find out the value of IL. What is CDR? Yes, opposite branch resistor into total current divided by addition of these two, and its answer is minus 0.405 ampere.